Hi there YouTube, it's the Brick Mum here. So today I'm going to be building a cargo carriage for a train. I'm getting the base out of the set 60198. That's where my base for this carriage does come from. I just needed something to start for the trains with the track adding up to so I can start, okay, you make a tree house. Making up. So I've got the carriages in the industrial area so they can be started to be loaded on. It is also an excuse so I can start laying out some more train tracks. Like that. And we've got, yes, my wheels are already on these, and these are free-wheeling axles. Just helps all support the carriage, makes it nice and strong. And we're just adding 4 of these with the tops on the side. This is a nice simple carriage to build, but like I said, I just needed something small just to start getting the track and the trains going. Magnetic tips on in so you can add it to other trains. And so the idea of this carriage is actually to take containers, so they would be able to lock into a container, could be placed onto this piece, so it'd be a 2-container carriage, if that's how you would like to go. Just this. Yes. Oh, it does. Do you know where those containers are? Just asking my 4-year-old if he actually knows where the containers that go on this carriage are. Because my boys were playing with them. So this is just a bit of added rail on the side. Just like that. And that there is a container carriage. Like I said, nice and simple. I could put containers on the top, but the idea was this, just wait mate. The idea was to put this in my industrial area on the track, so it's waiting to be loaded. And then, like I said again, an excuse to actually lay down the start of my train tracks. So let's get some train tracks started. So here's my rail depot. I suppose you could call it a depot. And so we've got the frame with the hook so that let's find it the right way. So we can be loading containers onto our carriages. So this is why I did build this carriage first. So I wanted to be blocking the trains in place so that my tracks don't look all skewy. Like what's going on. And this way, when the trains are running, you know they're secure. The idea is that they shouldn't derail too much, and just a nice run. So got some straights, some curves. I'm going to lay them out. I've also got some little single plates to help lock them in place. Yes, I'm not showing the city yet. I will show off the pirates when I get there. I'm still building the track. So little single bricks just to help lock them, because I have found with especially the curves, you can't lock them straight to a board, but having them raised up and you have like jumper plates and single ones, you can just click them onto it, just a couple of studs, and it helps lock it all in place so it's not moving around. I've also got, don't know if you can see that, some flat plates in the 1x4 in black, and I might put them on top of the tracks. Might do the 2x4, I don't know yet, so that's where I'm still playing around as well, whether I go black or brown, just to give it that finished look. I think people call it the balustrade, or I'm sorry, I'm not one for technical names like that, but yeah, like I said, I just want the rail locked in place so I don't have them all askew with like what's going on. Right, so I'm going to lay out an oval at this stage. So I've been playing around a bit with my my depot. I've put in a couple of extra straights at this end. I've put in one straight, a curve, and then a connecting piece, just so that they can come off, load up, and then reverse back onto the track. And then I've also done 4 curves and a straight just to start going around the corner. So that's my start of setting out my train track. So, and then the plan will be to do a loop around and come back. So as it's running on its own, it could just be doing the one main loop. But if you want that bit of play, you can switch the switch and bring train with 1 carriage, 5 carriages down onto this bit to then be loaded up, or whatever you want to be having that bit of play with. So since I've now positioned where I want, I'm going to lift the track up 1 stud. How that will look for this, I don't know whether to lift the whole plate up, but not, I think that will then just confuse the situation, because having the plate like that, it is 1 plate lower than the road, so that if I'm coming to add keeping the plate system but adding flat plates on top, or I do raise it up, keeping it the bumpy look for this, but then having flat for a car park, which is an option too, which actually might be the way to go, just lifting the whole piece up, just that 1 stud, lines all the train track and the building here up, so it's all going to be level with however I decide to do car park or integrate with the road. So let's see how I can do that. So I've just put a 2x4 under each corner of this plate, and then 1 in the centre as well, so it just gives it a bit of support. I haven't locked it down yet, but that raises it up that brick higher, that plate higher that I wanted, so that incorporating it to the road. I'm also going to put a 2x4 under my straight rail pieces, just to help raise that up a little bit and lock that into place. Raising it up that one also allows me to put in jumper plates like this, or just single studs, so that when it does come to the corner, I've got something that it can attach to, but I can also use just flat plate for it to lean on, so that it doesn't have this bounce to it, that it doesn't know where it's locked into. That helps just secure it all, and it also helps support for when the train is going over. So that's my next move, to add these plates under. So this is how the underside of my track and building is looking, just to give it all support. Now, oh, don't mind my dodgy leg. Now I've got to I've left the curve plated, because that is where I'm going to have to put the random single studs and that to help hold it in place. Everything else, it's just enough to hold it to the base plate, so that it's not moving as the train goes on. So let's place that into the seat. So I've secured all these ones on the base plates. Some of these curved ones are just sitting on either a flat plate or a single stud, or jumper plates, just so that they're up and they're not actually moving. So I'm happy with how that's secured. Whether I, said before, put these flat plates on the top all the way through, I'm going to add some single studs between dark grey, just so that it looks like a bit of rock and all that on our train track. But as you can see, the carriage does go around the corners. I'm not worrying that there is a little bit of flex, but not too much, but it's not going to move. So that's where the carriage is, and our depot is, so that we can line up the crane and be adding a pallet to this wagon. So that's nice. I've put back in my construction crew so they can be finishing off the track, getting ready to build some more of the city. And yeah, so that's the build today. I started doing the oval track, but at the moment, because I need to put a lot more base plates underneath, that's where I'm at this stage. But like I said, I am happy that this is all now secure, and the rail itself that I've has secured in. Yes, the rail needs more work, but yeah, like I was saying, I'm happy with that progress. So this has been the Brick Mum. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks again.